Welcome to the Planets and Problems podcast, the podcast by two girls who are not astrologers. I'm Atalia.
And I'm Ayesha.
And I'm a Sagittarius.
And I'm a Virgo.
Great.
Hello everyone, how are you doing?
Why was I expecting like them to answer?
I don't know, I was as well. Hope everybody is doing well. How are you?
I'm good. Let me see what I've got to tell you because things have been going on and I have to write these things down as they happen, otherwise I forget. Okay, first thing. This is random, but I thought about it and I was like, actually, I want to speak to you about this because it's ridiculous. So, us as humans, we have these things called airways, and if we get food stuck down our airways,
Yeah.
we start choking.
Yeah.
Why is that a thing? Like, why are we that irresponsible? And if we're eating alone and that happens to us and we start choking, we could literally die if no one's around.
Yeah.
So why are we allowed to be like on our own ever and eat? Like it should should be like a law in place where you're not allowed to eat by yourself, because if that happens, do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
You can't stop yourself from choking. Well, you probably can, but like there's only such an extent.
Do you know anyone that's actually died from, obviously they died from choking, but died from choking because it's gone down the wrong hole? Because I don't know.
I don't know what this wrong hole is.
I don't think there's two holes either.
No, I think there's one hole, but if something gets stuck, like if you don't chew it enough, something goes down, it gets stuck down
and that's
in
it,
your airways. Oh no, there is the hole. There's the throat, that one's fine, and then there's your airways. I think they're separate holes, because obviously your mouth and your nose is like connected. There's probably a few holes.
There's probably more than one hole.
Yeah, any hole's a goal.
I don't know why we're allowed to eat on our own, but at the end of the day, I think if that does happen to you, that's just natural selection. Unfortunately, people got to die.
Imagine like a guy that lives on his own and his mate goes round to like see him and he's just dead at his kitchen table because he's been eating on his own and he's choked to death.
The rest of his steak still sat there.
Yeah, like how does that not happen more often than...
Because I don't think it just doesn't happen that often. Like people, it happens, but it's always like a false emergency, isn't it? So when it happens to me, it's like a wrong hole.
Oh, it's
take
so
a drink, and then you move on. So I've never came close to that situation, and hopefully I don't ever come close to that situation because it's a bit of an embarrassing way to die.
It's so embarrassing. You know, I was actually at uni once and I was eating and everyone was like asking me questions about what I was eating. It was making me really self-conscious, and I take small bites of stuff because I'm that afraid of choking, especially when I'm around other people. And they were literally like watching me eat, and they were like, you barely put anything in your mouth. And I was like, yeah, I have a fear of choking. That's so embarrassing. And like, if you're at a restaurant and you start choking, are you just dying like as quietly as you can, or are you actually like
I think I'd be doing that. I think I would be doing that because I don't want to die, but I would probably die of embarrassment though after.
You like wake up in the hospital and be like, you know what, it's fine.
Yeah.
Turn me off.
Yeah, no, I would, basically, because that would be very, very embarrassing. It's not for me. It's not the way that I'd want to potentially die.
What would be your choice then if you could, like, choose how you're gonna die?
In my sleep, obviously.
But you might not know about it.
That's alright, I'll know when I'm dead.
We might not. We had a conversation, didn't we, about people that die and they don't realise they're actually dead.
I wouldn't hate to be shot. Like, I'm sure it hurts like a bitch, but I wouldn't hate to be shot. Like, I don't think it would be the end of the world. I think, like, because you die quite quickly when you've been shot. Actually, why do I want to be? I don't want to be murdered.
No, I kind of want to be shot. Because now, not like one of those where like there's a home invasion or something. I want like the quick realisation that I'm about to be shot, but like the panic hasn't set in, but it's just like the quick it's like what is that, and then I'm shot. So I processed that I'm being shot at.
Yeah.
So I know I'm dead, and then like I'm shot in the head. So I don't want to be shot in the head.
Yeah, but it's instant death.
Maybe heart.
It's okay.
Cause that's still pretty instant.
Yeah. I think, anything that is as quick as possible. I don't want to be like waiting around for this death. I don't want to be knowing and then just being
I don't want to be grieving myself.
No, I wouldn't grieve myself, to be fair.
No.
But yeah, I think something quick. But then I don't want to be murdered. So if you've been shot, that means someone's like decided to kill you. So I don't really like that idea.
Maybe it was just like
accidental.
Yeah, like what is it called? Oh, there's something. My boyfriend, he plays Black Ops or something. One of those.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, Call of Duty. And it's like a thing that they say where it's basically like don't shoot the normal people. I don't know what they're called. Civilians.
Yes.
Don't shoot the civilians. So maybe I'm just a civilian. I just got caught up in the mess.
Oh dear.
You know.
You can. Where are you?
I'm just at the bank.
Where are you?
I'm just at the bank, but I'm stood a bit too close to the counter that they think that I work there.
I think you need to move to like America or something for this to happen, because there are just guns flying about around here.
My dream death isn't very realistic in this country.
Not in this country. Oh God.
Okay, well, have you got your affirmation of the week?
You didn't.
What?
Yeah, okay. I have my affirmation of the week. As you were saying that, I just remembered something that I want to tell you, but I will save that for another time.
No, okay.
But no, because I've got something else to say today that links to the affirmation of the week.
Okay.
I think I briefly mentioned it to you, but I wanted to mention it to like everybody. Obviously, if anyone knows me, they know that I'm into manifesting like quite a lot. And I've recently discovered, I don't know if this is the official term for it, but angry manifesting.
I'll let you come up with this term. Tell me more.
It's like manifesting with conviction. So you know how you say your affirmations or you say it into existence, you know, I have X, or I, you know, instead of I want, I am X instead of I want to be. It's saying it with a bit of anger, like demanding it from the universe, not like, oh please universe. It's more like, I am this.
No.
Like, why?
No, because you shouldn't be angry. There shouldn't be so much emotion attached to it, because you need to be like this is, when you manifest, you're supposed to speak in the present tense, because this is already your life. It needs to be so like relaxed and chill, like I am a confident person, I am powerful. It doesn't need to be like, universe, I am powerful. No.
Yeah, but I think it's more like, yeah, you understand the emotion, but I think it's saying it with the conviction of like, give it to me, because it's mine. Don't be messing about. It's mine.
I don't think the universe likes playing those games.
So it links to the affirmation of the week, which I think I've already said it to you before.
Angry affirmation.
The affirmation is, if I make an assumption, whoever has to move, whether it be one person or 1,000,000 people, it will be true. And that is the sort of anger. It's saying it with conviction. It's like, I don't give a fuck what has to happen. It's mine.
I don't know.
Is this because my manifestations are coming true, so I'm actually going to that?
It's almost doubting yourself. Like, people, think about when you're in an argument with someone, when the voice gets raised, when the name calling starts, that is almost when it's like, that's when, you know, the other person's won, or like you've triggered them, or like they're having to resort to other things than the truth, because their truth isn't working, so now they're having to resort to name calling, shouting, trying to trigger the other person to get them to back down.
I guess so, but there's another way that you could think about it, is like from a spoiled sense. So you know, if you're like a spoiled girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, or even a spoiled child, it's not necessarily about the emotion, it's that like you know how to say it in a way to get what you want. So it's like, that's mine.
No, I'm doing gentle parenting.
You're doing gentle parenting with Well, you do the gentle, I'm gonna try the angry.
Universe, do you want to make me a confident person, or do you want to make me rich? So your two choices, which one would you like to do?
I would like, my preference would be both, but I'm going to let you pick one if you only want one.
We'll do rich first and then confident.
Yeah, rich this year and then confident the year after. Thank you.
Well done.
Oh, the praise.
Yes.
Yeah, that is all I had to say. But try the affirmation, because even if you don't do it in an angry way, it's a great affirmation, because it's you saying to yourself, if I assume something, then it doesn't matter who has to move, what has to happen, it will be true. So it's not necessarily like at the universe, this is like an affirmation for yourself, so your brain can accept that whatever you say will happen. So I think that's a way of thinking about it, that whatever I assume will happen, and it's confirmation to yourself, whatever assumption I make will happen, basically.
Beautiful.
Thank you. So we're going to move on to your planet problems. We're going to start off with one that we got into us that is a problem, but isn't to do with any planets.
Oh, okay, you're doing that one first.
Yeah, we want to read it out just for like, just to show people that we will, whatever you send in, we will read out, as long as it's not like illegal.
We're using this person as an example. Illegal.
Well, they're not making confessions. Well, you can if they're anonymous. So, this is what someone's written in. It starts with so. So, if you are born in a big family, what do you do when you are neglected by everyone and you do not get love all the time?
Oh.
I feel like it's not a very nice one. So, we didn't start off on a positive note. But I'm guessing that can happen. I'm thinking, how big is the family?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, what would you class as a big family? Is that 4 and more?
I would say so.
Which, you know, sometimes parents do end up just getting a bit carried away with these children.
Yeah, they do.
Or maybe it's like, it could be a blended family. And, you know, parents have to literally divide their attention and love.
And have jobs.
Yeah, as soon as, like, you know, they have one child, that one child gets all of their love and attention. As soon as that next child comes in, it's halved.
Yeah. Gosh, that's so true. It's giving middle child.
Yeah, 100%.
It's not giving youngest child, and it's not giving eldest child. It's interesting though that you've just said that means all their attention's halved, because I have a belief that you have an infinite amount of love inside of you, and like,
well, it's half of infinity, because that's what they're getting.
Well, no, because obviously they're saying, what do you do when you get neglected and you don't get love all the time? So to me, they're two different things, because you can love somebody and neglect them at the same time. So neglecting would be what you're saying. You've only got a certain amount of attention for each child, whereas I think you've got enough love. But if they're not getting the love, that's probably something to do with the parents, and probably all the children will feel like that, not just.
I don't think so.
Really? So
do you think parents have a favourite child, or one where like they would treat one a certain way and not the other?
Yeah, probably.
So I think attention. I think this person's 100% like, right, I think this person is feeling this way knowing that their other siblings aren't feeling this way.
Right. Oh. Well, first of all, learn to love yourself. And I know that's easier said than done. But you, sadly, everyone gets to a point in their life where they have to realise that comfort and love and attention needs to come from yourself first. And this could take you being neglected as a child for you to realise that, or it could take, you know, a parent dying for you to realise that, because they're literally not there. And often some people will then go and find and seek love in romantic relationships, and then end up in the wrong sort of relationships for them. So I think the self-love journey, there's a lot of information out there on it, is probably a big one, to realise that you can genuinely comfort yourself. Like, you came into this world on your own and you leave this world on your own.
Yeah.
And if you had to, like, social interaction's great and attention and love is great, but you can give all of that stuff to yourself. And it even comes down to, I've started doing like affirmations in the mirror, and I'll look in the mirror sometimes and I'll catch myself, because most of the time, it's a bit of a tangent, but most of the time you look in the mirror and you tell yourself, you're looking in the mirror to see what you look like, to basically critique yourself. So it's either to put makeup on or to like wash your face, and you stand there and critique yourself. So when I look in the mirror, anytime I catch myself, I'll just be like, you look beautiful, and I just start giggling like someone's told me. If you start saying it enough, to yourself. You literally like, it's like you've heard it because your brain don't know different.
Yeah.
Your brain is just hearing the compliment. So I feel like that is an amazing way to start. I wouldn't even like say like, oh, go and have a conversation with your friend. Do all that if you want and you think you're gonna get anything out of it, but clearly I think this is something you've been feeling for a long time, and conversation, you're probably past that point. Don't try and seek it from other people, find it within yourself. Yeah. Because you are your own number one. You are. And good luck, and I hope that you get on the self-love journey, because once you're on it, it's lovely and beautiful.
Buy your self-help book.
One day. I'll let you know. I'll email it directly to you when I've got it.
We'll get back to you.
Next one.
You want me to do the next one?
Go on then.
Which one do you want to do?
Top one.
I'm a Pisces and I've been best friends. Is that best friends?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a Pisces and I've been best friends with Geminis repeatedly. They always tend to find one of my other close friends and become besties with them and forget about me and steal my ideas and take my spotlight. Don't get me wrong, I love them because we laugh with each other a lot, but this always seems to happen with Geminis. I don't know why.
So this is happening with more than one Gemini. Poor Pisces.
Pisces.
I am not the biggest fan of Geminis. I don't really have many of them in my life. Any that I have had haven't lasted very long, and it's not that I'm opposed to a friendship with a Gemini. It doesn't seem to be what I'm aligned to, what I have been aligned to. My opinion of like a Pisces and Gemini in a friendship is that Pisces are a little bit sensitive. Geminis can be very like a bit more like blunt with communication, so it is possible for you to like get your feelings hurt by the Gemini as a Pisces. However, well, that's your opinion, Tar, but I'm not even sure whether this is star sign related. You can say different, but this is a really specific thing. Really specific. What do you think? Do you think
what do you mean? Why is it not to do with star signs?
Well, what I mean is that like, if someone's coming into your life and then like taking one of your friends, what do you think?
Have you ever had it before where you've introduced two friends and they start getting along better with each other than they do with you, and then you feel like you're third wheel in this friendship even though you're the one that introduced them?
No.
Oh. I have.
I think I'm the friend that gets brought in.
Yeah.
And gets on with the other friend better.
So why are you doing that to the friend that's introducing you?
I'm not doing it. It's
well,
just that it's not my fault. People just like to be friends with me. I've had an issue for most of my life where I can't seem to get rid of friends because everyone wants to be best friends because I'm so bubbly, and I'm actually not, by the way, but I'm bubbly when I first meet people, so everyone's like,
I've got it.
Oh, let's be friends. I want to be best friends with you.
I've got it.
What?
You meet a Gemini for the first time. Geminis have the #1 best first impression.
Charismatic.
Yeah. Of course you're gonna be pushing your mate to the side because you want to be friends with this cool character that you've just met.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's true. Because I find Pisces can be a little bit quiet at times. I know they've got the fiery, but they can be a little bit quiet. Just day to day. I've noticed, well, the Pisces that I know, they're not
introverts.
they're not like, they've not got the charisma of a Gemini. I actually met a Gemini yesterday. I'd met her before, but I'd not had like a full convo with her, and I spent a little bit of time with her, and she was so charismatic, and she wasn't the loudest person there. She wasn't like over the top at all, but I just felt so drawn to her and her bluntness and her just the way that she is. So actually, I get it. I'm so sorry, but you just need to stop being friends with Geminis.
Because you get swept away, there are signs.
Don't fuck with Geminis, because if you basically constantly becoming friends with Geminis because of their charisma and losing them because of the charisma. You get them how you lose them. No, is that, wait, you lose them, sorry, you lose them how you get them. You lose them how you get them. So
I feel like that only applies to like cheating. That's the only time I've ever heard that saying. Are people using that for other things?
I have. I've just used it for another thing. I don't know if it works, but yeah, I think that is definitely the solution, is to, if you meet somebody and ask them the star sign straight away, and if they say Gemini, go, oh, I'm not doing this again.
I'm approaching this differently, Pisces. Get over it. No, actually get over it. Because if you actually like being friends with this person and you love them and they make you laugh, well, people, these Geminis, just get on with it. Like, and if they're stealing your mates, just prove, like, just steal, like, are you just being, yeah, are you just being oversensitive? Are you just being like, just get your fun up?
But it also says they steal their ideas and take their spotlight. So I don't like the stealing the ideas by
those people. Oh, and Pisces with their ideas.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, what ideas? But okay.
I don't like that part. I feel like, yeah, get over it, but that's not really passing it for me. If they're coming in and like making you feel a certain type of way in front of these other friends, and then taking the friends as well, stealing the spotlight, and then passing off ideas as your own. Like, oh, I had this great idea yesterday, and Pisces is sat there like, I literally told you that 2 days ago.
Oh.
So I don't like that. So I feel like we do need to push Geminis away. But in terms of
Pisces have the ideas, Gemini's got the execution.
But in all honesty, you could speak to one of them about it in terms of stealing ideas. Just be like, oh, mate, I told you that. I said that.
Or this friend that they've stole from you, maybe joke with them and be like, it seems like you're closer with my mate than what we were, or like, you two seem to be getting on a bit too well. Like, just, I don't know. I'm all out.
I'm all out as well. Let's move on to the next one.
Okay.
I dated a Cancer for a few months, and he used to always flirt and touch girls behind my back. And when he was with me, I don't know why I allowed this to happen.
Is that it?
That's all we've got.
Right, okay. I haven't heard the best things about Cancer Man. And it worries me because we've got a little Cancer bro.
Oh. So he always used to... So you don't know why you let it happen. It'd be good to know your star sign if you don't know why.
Yeah, why would you leave that out? Because I could have told you exactly why you let it happen.
Yeah.
You just hid that one sun sign.
So do you think this is typical of a Cancer?
I don't know. All I'm saying is I've not heard the best reviews on Cancer Men.
What reviews have you heard?
That they're not good. That you should stay away from them. But I feel like you can say that about any man. Like, just men in general, to be fair.
Yeah, just stay away.
But, yeah, I've heard that Cancer Men, not great things. Like, I hear a lot, there's a lot of noise, but what seems to shine through is that Cancer Men, I hear Cancer Men probably the most. Everyone's got that, like one sign that they would say, fucking hell, don't date an ex-man.
Yeah.
So for me, it's Pisces.
Yeah, okay.
And then I hear a lot of people's, like, number one
is Cancer.
Cancer Men. Stay away.
Interesting.
But I don't really know much more than that. Don't know a lot of Cancer Men other than little bro.
I have one experience with a Cancer Man. The only really thing that I have is that, well, he was really rough to start off with, really, really like common, but that's not...
Oh, you had your,
tree surgeon.
No, the one that you ghosted, even though you blocked him.
Oh god, I've got more than one experience then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. We mentioned him on one of the earlier episodes, yeah. Okay, so I had the one that I ghosted, but we didn't actually date. We were just messaging, and then obviously I ghosted him and he kicked off.
Yeah.
So bad experience there. But tree surgeon guy, Cancer, he was rough around the edges, and he was my little bit of rough.
You can see he used to eat with his mouth open and stuff. It makes us sound so, like, snobby. But like, aren't you on like a date?
Yeah.
And he's like eating like gross.
Gross, mouth open, food's dropping out, and it's like, and it's the putting loads in and the chomping, that noise that I can hear.
Just imagine you being there like.
I'm not the cleanest eater, but this was like gross. And to be honest, I can think of some other gross stuff that I really can't. I can't say that he did.
Oh, I want to know.
That's like.
Ew.
Spitting and stuff. I don't know. It just was not.
What, on the street?
No.
Oh. Okay.
On me.
What, during?
Yeah.
Did you consent to that?
No. And
Oh my god.
It was just like.
Okay, well, tell me his traits, because I think that's just a him thing. I don't think all cancer men are gross.
No, I'm sure they're not. So his traits, he was like, obviously I said he was rough, but he was quite emotional. So he would tell me like he'd get upset about stuff, and like we weren't even dating for that long. Like I feel like it was a month, but he would just like all of a sudden start talking about like something to do with his mum and start getting like really upset.
That's what signs.
And I'd be like, oh, and then I'd just be finishing my Subway because I don't know what to say because I didn't realise we were at that point.
Your Capricorn moon has just been like triggered.
I don't think we weren't at that point where we were having that conversation. He was very forward, so very like, oh, let's do this, let's do that. I think we'll be this, I think we'll be that. But then at the same time, like, he went to Ibiza partway way through, we were seeing each other and I barely heard from him, apart from he was like FaceTiming me at like 3 in the morning, like, oh, get your tits out. So I don't know what he was doing out there, although I do know that he had dated a lot of people and he had chlamydia 3 times. I can't believe I actually kept seeing him after he told me that.
Yeah.
So maybe he was.
That was just your bit of raw.
That was my bit of raw. So I don't know, but I can imagine cancers can have a level of like a flirtiness because they're so like emotionally intuitive. That is one thing I would say about cancers. So they probably can be flirty.
Men can't regulate their emotions as it is, and then you're adding a bit of like cancer into that. It's probably a mess. I could imagine like a cancer man coming into your life, promising you the world, they're so emotionally invested in you, and then like you do one thing to piss them off and they're like, ah! Like they're like screaming like that scene in Euphoria where Nate's on the floor, like he's kicking and screaming, his dad's having to like pin him down. That's why I imagine like a cancer man to like, that's him. Yeah. Throwing a tantrum because like, I don't know, you liked an Instagram photo of his mate.
Yeah, I can actually imagine that. I think, just on the other point, why did you allow it to happen? You don't know why you allowed it to happen. That is just something that you're going to have to look at internally.
I've forgotten what the question even was.
That was, well, it was just, they were just telling us about the cancer person and the experience and just like, they don't know why they allowed it to happen.
Don't. In future.
Yeah, so obviously don't be fooled by the charm of the person.
I feel like they haven't even got that much game.
Well, they must do if they're constantly flirting and the girls are letting them touch them all the time.
Okay.
So they must, if they're getting into these situations where they're managing to flirt regularly, they must have some charm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I would just have a little look internally and yeah, basically don't let that happen again. Thank you. Right. We're going to move on to our planet problem.
Okay, what have you got for me?
Right. So, if the person that you love, you can say, we can do me as an example, or we can do your boyfriend,
yeah,
was shot, since we've been talking about guns today, in front of you, and they died, and then a carbon copy was created in that moment, and was like, okay, let's go home, Tar. So you've just come out of the cinema with your boyfriend and he got shot down and he died, and then a carbon copy just appeared in front of him. It was exactly the same. Would you be able to love them? Would you be able to continue with them? Would you be like, okay, baby, let's go home?
Not just straight like that. What is that example? Because that's just like the most unrealistic thing ever. But
hypothetical, mate.
I know, I'm not very good. I need to like feel my surroundings when I'm answering these. But okay, so it's respawned. Come on, babe, let's go home. No, I'd probably message them the next day though, as a shoulder to cry on, and then like get over it, and then eventually we'd do some friends to love.
Wait a minute. It's a carbon copy.
What's a carbon copy?
So it means it's like it's an exact replica. So right, you and your boyfriend, you've walked out of the cinema, someone's come up to him, shot him, he's dead, you can see his body on the floor. All of a sudden appears the guy, your boyfriend, and he's stood there, and he's not like, oh, I've been shot on the floor. He's like, grabbed your hand, okay babe, let's go home. And it's like he's left the cinema with you, that's his last memory. He's not like, this is my first time on earth. He's literally ready to go home, so because you live with him, so you'd be going home together.
Is he real, or is this real?
He's just going home with you. Would you just carry on home?
Is anyone going to find out that like he died? Have I got to like funeral plan and stuff?
Well,
like,
he's not dead, because the body is there, but you've just been given a copy.
Can everybody else see him?
Yeah.
I have to make a decision right then and there. Can I not like think about it for like a week or two?
Well, so then you're going to turn around to your boyfriend and say, oh well, this has just happened, and you can see that's actually your body dead on the floor, and you've just appeared here. No.
Oh my god, I have to put on some show. I think I could do it. I'd be like, okay, let's go. But you're not really like, what's that dead body on the floor? I just got to like keep that under the cinema seats.
After you've made the decision, the dead body just evaporates.
Floats up into the sky.
And it goes.
Okay, yeah.
Do you think you'd be able to get that? Would you tell me about it?
No.
You just move on?
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
Yeah, just carry on. Would you?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'd be able to move on. I think I'd be like, please, let's just move on. My brain would just delete it and it wouldn't have happened.
Well, that's that.
That is that. That's the end of this week's episode. If you want to write into us any questions, it's planetsandproblems@gmail.com. If you go to the description, you'll be able to see our socials, so you can follow us on there. It's Planets and Problems on everything.
It is.
And don't forget to rate and review and like on YouTube.
Yeah, and subscribe, guys. Actually do it.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks in advance.
Be aggressive with it.
Yeah, it was being aggressive manifesting. Okay, bye.
Bye.